Alright, the water's coming to a boil. I'm going to turn it down to 3. Pull it off the heat, drop that on there, put the top on, and yes, that is hot, but I am a barista. I have thick skin on my fingers. Use a pot holder, grab it, put it on nice and tight. I'll put it back on there. Again, I'm just putting it on the edge of the burner, but the pot is still fully on the burner. And we are going to wait for the magic to begin. Alright, and it has begun. I am using the same grind that I would use for espresso, which is not what everybody would tell you to do, but it's how I do it. It's looking pretty nice. These are not my favorite beans that we're using at the moment. As the flow appears to be steady, I'm just going to drift this off. If I had a flame stove, I could just turn it down some more, but with the glass stove, I can only do this. As I pull it off, it's slowing down and getting foamier. And so now it's looking even better than it was. I still want to keep some heat under there, otherwise the flow is going to stop. But I don't want too much flow. It's looking really good right now. Maybe a little too slow. And rather than try to get every drop of water from the lower chamber, yep, it's slowing down too much. Rather than try to get every drop of water out of the lower chamber, I'm just going to go until it starts turning really thin. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I should have known that if I shot a video, I would do it wrong. But in explaining the concept, you should get what you need to know. Okay, there, it's turning clear. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my cold cloth and arrest the process there. And yeah, however much I got is how much I got. And the more I practice, the better I get at it, the more liquid that I get. So now, got to steam the milk. Now the milk, obviously if you don't have an espresso machine, you're not going to be able to do this. I've done pretty much all stretching phase. Rather than folding the bubbles in, making sure there's a good microfoam and a good homogeneity to it so that it comes out velvety smooth with a microfoam that will rise to the top, I've made it intentionally very foamy because that's the way I like these drinks to come out. Pour my mocha coffee into here. Should be about half the cup. And then when I pour this milk, since there is so much foam on top, I'm going to shake it to make sure plenty of that foam comes out. Kind of like what the Starbucks people expect a cappuccino or a latte to be like. That's a mess. And I like to sprinkle some Demerara sugar on here. I don't want to actually sweeten the coffee, but just some little crunchy sweet bits on top. And that's it. That's how I make cafe au lait with mocha pot coffee. Alright, here's what I mean. I'm introducing bubbles. This is the so-called stretching phase. And ordinarily we get it up to between 80 and 100. And ordinarily I'd be much more careful than I'm being to keep the bubbles nice and tiny. But that's not my goal with this drink. I want the large bubbles. I want the soap bubble effect. We're just coming up on 100. I'm going to turn the steam up a bit, but what I'm not going to do the folding phase. I'm going to keep on building up foam, keep on stretching. So I'm filling this thing up, and this is a small pitcher, and there's 140, so I'm going to stop there. Whoops. Now you can see we got soap bubbles. I will tap it out, try to get rid of some of those bigger bubbles, but that's pretty much the way I'm going to serve it.